Ladies and gentlemen, this is One Shots Tavern, a TTRPG podcast where we seek out new ways to tell your story through different systems and games. And of course, my name is DJ, or you can find me everywhere on the internet, BeeZeeRPGS. That is BeeZeeRPGS. Basically everywhere. Anyways, you're probably wondering the same thing that a lot of people have been wondering, which is, where have you been? And the answer to that question is actually pretty simple. We have been incredibly busy. You see, Andrew and I have both delved pretty deep into publishing over the past couple years. Andrew more so than me. I am still working, of course, in my own publishing, and I've got some exciting updates on that as well. But Andrew has some incredibly exciting things going on. He is working with Infinite Citadel with a couple of incredible people, Matt and Conlin. I love the three of them so incredibly much, and they are currently working on so many amazing games. Andrew has so many things in the pipeline, whether it's collaborations or things he is working on, and then of course the stuff that he is doing with Infinite Citadel. Specifically, they are crowdfunding MorkSol, a Morkborg game that is about the end of the universe, essentially, entropy and null, and it is a lot, and I think you should check it out. I am releasing this episode early, so you have a chance to catch the final 48 hours of the crowdfunding campaign for that on Kickstarter. That link is going to be down below. They have raised over $50,000, and I couldn't be more proud of them. As for what I'm working on, well, yesterday I just got the keys to my brand new office headquarters for BeeZeeRPGS and One Shots Tavern. So One Shots Tavern isn't dead. It's more of a long hiatus as I work to build up this office, build up the podcasting space within it, and have a place for me to just sit down and write. I've been working on Pink Security and more. I know, isn't that finished? No. Well, yes, it is, but I am working on version 2 currently in the outline. Resistance is Required is almost finished. It's not quite there yet. What I'm doing right now is wanting to make it as simple as possible for people to just pick up, which is a challenge in its own right. 90% of the writing is done, 95% really. It just needs to go through revisions to make the rule set a little bit more compact and fit into a zine format. So that way Resistance is Required can be a beautiful art resistance piece that has fun gameplay. And I can't wait to finish that and get that out. And when that is done, I am going to be going full steam into Pink Security and more version 2, which will be retitled Polypink in the Apocalypse RPG. Because if you've been listening for a while, you know that Pink Security and more was born out of a graphic novel manuscript that I made for a comic book called Polypink in the Apocalypse, that I never really thought I was going to be able to have drawn, and I am having it drawn. I have the first 4 pages done, and they are beautiful, and I can't wait to share that with the world. It's going to be really exciting to finally see that go out to people, and for people to be able to read it. I am going to be pairing that with Polypink in the Apocalypse RPG, so that way you have a little bit of backstory lore vibe that you can inject into your own campaigns in Polypink in the Apocalypse RPG. With that, I am expanding a lot of what I did in Pink Security and more, which means that I'm going to be increasing the number of locations and customability, and I am going to be doing this for Cypher, not just Cypher System. Cypher System, of course, being one of my favorite RPG systems out there. Recently, Monty Cook Games had a crowdfund where they funded Cypher. Drop the system. It is just Cypher now, much simpler for people to talk about, and it's not as much of a mouthful. And they are refining the rule set of Cypher System into Cypher, making it a much easier to understand game for new players and old players alike. I'm really excited about that because I've been talking with them and they're going to kind of help out a little bit by getting me the rule set a little bit early for me to begin to inject into Polypink and the Apocalypse RPG. So those are the updates as to what Andrew and I have been up to. What are the updates as far as One Shots Tavern goes? Well, we haven't really released any episodes since Zine Quest or a little bit after Zine Quest this year because we got so busy. And because we were so busy, it was really hard for us to manage doing the podcasting, the publishing, the social media, all of the things that we have been doing for the past 2 years. And so what we're doing now is going to be relaunching the podcast sometime next year. I'll probably have a couple of episodes here and there in between to keep things going. But I'm really excited for this relaunch, especially since I will have my own little podcast studio office to operate from and to invite people in if they're capable to sit down and have a chat with me in person, which I think is going to add a whole new robustness to the podcast. Other updates as far as what we've been doing. Conventions. We went to Gen Con. We've gone to a few others, of course, and then most recently went to PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia, which was an absolute dream. We got to spend time with all of our favorite creators and friends and cosplayers and other publishers in the space, and I couldn't have asked for a better weekend. Unfortunately, my wife and I did decide to drive from Michigan to Philadelphia because we thought that it was going to be really pretty. And it was for about 20% of the journey, and the rest of the 80% of the journey was incredibly long and boring because the Pennsylvania Turnpike 79 is probably the worst toll road that I've ever been on. Not great. Not a lot of good restaurants, not a lot of good places to stop. Really, it's once you get into the mountains, it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And then you get over it really quick because you've been driving in a straight line for like 700 miles. But anyway, as far as PAX Unplugged went, special shout out to ClassicSamNYGM, the hardest working interviewer in TTRPG stuff in general. Sam does incredible work. You can find Sam over on Twitch at ClassicSamNYGM. I highly recommend checking out the backlog of videos that she has done with some incredible people, including yours truly, and all of the stuff that she's going to be doing in the future. Also got to hang out with Jordan from Goose Poop Games. If you haven't checked out Goose Poop Games, I highly recommend doing that because Jordan is a genius. Jordan makes incredibly fun games, from party games to RPG games, and just is absolutely killing it in the space, let alone, just being one of the most fun people to sit in a room with and hang out with. Very kind, very funny, very supportive. But that is about it as far as the updates I have here at One Shots Tavern. Look forward to more information and news in the future. I'm very excited about what the future holds. Apologies for the lack of communication on not having any episodes going out. Like I said, this year has been incredibly rough. We've been incredibly busy, and so between the political landscape of the world and the economy and writing our own games, it's been really, really hard to stay focused and get everything out there and complete all of the tasks that we had before us. But now that we are kind of winding down and starting new projects, I think it is about time to really pick up the regularity of One Shots Tavern again, coming soon. Anyway, thank you all so much for the support that you have given me. Genuinely appreciate, love every single one of you. And as always, I am DJ, BeeZeeRPGS, everywhere on the internet. See you next time.